This computer was featured in an old YouTube video of mine, and if we take the side of the case off again, you can see what's inside it. We're good at doing this one-handed. Move that out of the way. This is the one that was featured in the dead hard drive, and as you may be able to make out, we have two hard drives. The top one is a Seagate 160 gig, and the one below is a Western Digital Caviar of 40 gig. Then we have a Creative Sound Blaster sound card from about year 2000, a ATI Radeon 9550 graphics card with 128 meg of RAM, and a 300 watt power supply mounted in a very strange position, really. It manages to block out the processor fan almost completely. Now you can see beyond the junk in there. But then we've got, which is a Pentium 4 2 GHz, it's a Northwood. And then up front, as you can see, we've got a DVD drive, a DVD rewriter of 8 times, and a 52 times LG CD drive. Just going to go ahead and fire up. Very loud fans. You can hear the Pentium 4 and the graphics card very clearly. This monitor's quite nice. It's a 15-inch Video 7 TFT, very early one. You can see from the thickness of it, and the vents on the top. Anyway, it's got a hard power switch on the back. Crank that up. And for some reason it wants to boot into MS-DOS. This is not usual. This is a bootloader. It's going to 98. But XP is ridiculously slow and will be here all week. I have two speakers for this. They are Logitech units, so I bought them for about £5 off eBay. They sound pretty good for 2 units without any subwoofer. That's a good old Win98 startup tone. Let's alter the light a bit. This is much better than the CRT that I used to use with this, which was an absolute pile of junk. Very audible hard drive, an ancient version of MSN. Motherboard in this is very cheap. It's a P4 VMM or something along those lines. Let's just have a look a second. This doesn't really work, but it shows how cool that Seagate drive is. But right, motherboard. Yeah, ECS P4 VMM2. I'm not sure. I don't think this is coming out on the camera. Camera is a pile of junk. It's not my good one. It's a micro ATX board. We've got one AGP slot, two PCI, and one CNR slot, which I've never seen on any other computer, and is completely useless from my research. BIOS is out of date, let's be honest. If anyone knows where to find a good update for this, I would be happy to know. I think it's a version 1 board, whole set of games in there. And let's have a look what we want to see. Got some, should have an audio file somewhere on this. Show you how good the music is. very audible. The CPU fan spins about 2800 RPM. I have no idea what the ATI one spins at, or the power supplies, but for some reason my computer's being ridiculous. It's not usually like this, probably because I'm making a video. At the back you can see we have two PS2 slots, we have built-in VGA, we have serial port, just got electric shock, parallel port, 4 USB ports. Interestingly, for such a cheap board, and it's the 2003-ish board, they're all USB 2. We've got networking, which is 100 megabits per second, and we've got built-in sound, which is not great, but it's probably no worse than the sound card I put in this. You can see there's digital and VGA, and also there's a TV out on the graphics card, and the monitor is VGA only, so that's no good there. For some reason this computer is completely confused. It's not. My computer seems to be really confused. It's not usually like this, but that's probably why it tried to boot into DOS. Oh well. Right, okay, I've got Explorer up now, and this screen isn't clear enough on the camera. I'll darken the room a bit, that looks better. It didn't work, try again. Right. This computer is triple booting, as you may have noticed. It runs 98, it runs XP, and it runs Windows 2000. XP and Windows 2000 are terribly slow, as it's only got 512 meg of RAM, and there's only 2 DDR slots on the board. It's that cheap, so I can't actually easily upgrade it. This is audio, coming up as audio CD. I don't think it's supposed to be. I think this is, I don't know what this is, but oh yeah, it's Toka. This is Toka Touring Cars music. The game is brilliant. You could hear the CD drive spinning up. As you can hear, the sound quality is pretty good. Such basic speakers. And so, let's see. The ATI graphics. This monitor is only capable of going to 1024 by 768, but anything more and the low power of this thing would really start struggling in some of the better games. Let's just have a look. It's quite a big choice. Some of these games run surprisingly well considering its age. Colin McRae Rally 04 was good, very good for its age. Wasn't on max settings. And Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 runs almost perfectly. Anyway, I'm going to run out of time soon with this video, so enjoy.